Hey YouTube, what's going on? Once again, back at you. Well, somewhat. It's time to do another quick EDC video, just discussing those important essential items you need daily. Don't forget to do those things, right? And improve upon them in these times of want and need. We'll talk about our hands protection and gloves. I recently retired a pair of gloves that I had been using for, I'm thinking, tactical purposes. I'd had for 16 years. Yeah, 16 years. Really good, solid pair of gloves. And I couldn't tell you where they're from or who made them because they were a test pair and they were blind test and they weren't marked in any way. I think they were like number 5 set. The way they marked them with numbers, so you wouldn't know, wouldn't be any bias, right? But they were an all leather glove. I loved them for years. And I recently had to retire them. You can see in the pictures here. They were in pretty rough shape. They were well used. And what I'd been using in the interim was kind of like a basic work glove because I really like the all leather glove, right? It's what I go with. It's just a basic work glove. You get it, I think, Cal Ranch or something like that, or Tractor Supply. This is a Plainsman. I like the all leather glove. These are got a good enough fit. They're not, there's some brands you get, they're like a really loose, especially in the fingers. But I've been using these for a few years. Not this set, not this pair in particular, but like it. And I really like them. And I always like having an all leather glove like that ones that I just got rid of and had to retire. But I was recently going through the sporting goods store known as Sportsman's Warehouse and wandered upon the tactical glove types that everybody wears, right? And I'd always thought they'd been kind of gimmicky, and I never really gave them much thought because I really liked all leather. And then most of them, I've never seen a pair that's all leather. They're always like a mix with the palm and the back of the hand being a mesh or a cloth or fabric or whatever. And but this time I came across a pair that I decided I would go out on a limb, since I'd just gotten rid of those others, and pick up a pair. There was a sale on them and everything, and I was like, well, I don't know. I tried them on in the store, and I was like, okay, this ain't so bad. I guess they got a little bit of elastic or whatever in them that makes them a little not so loose on the fingers and everything. They actually flex a little, so they weren't tight. Even though they were, give you a little bit of still some good feeling and everything with the way it comes together. And I really liked them, and I picked them up, and I've used them a couple times since. And I guess I'm a believer in some ways to get a pair of gloves like this. These are these aren't Black Hawk or anything. What are these? Strong Suit is the brand, and that was at Sportsman's Warehouse. But yeah, I always thought this backhand part was kind of gimmicky. It's like a hard plastic here, but I was like, hey, that makes kind of sense. It kind of functions. It's not so hard that it is rigid. You can still do all your gripping activities and whatnot. And so, yeah, I've used them a few times. Now I'm looking at it, starting to see the stitching. I don't know if that's just loose stuff. We'll see how that holds up. But I like the use of them. We'll see how durable they are. I don't expect them to be as durable as all leather glove, but for all the points of them, I guess I can see why people used them for so long, or have been using them. People have been using these out downrange for decades now. I just was slow to the show, I guess, and just kind of held out with my all leather glove types. But these definitely breathe more on the back of the hand here in this hot weather. It's been really hot here lately, pushing 3 digits. And when I was using them, it was definitely a hot day and no really hand sweat problems. When you get those all leather gloves, you can definitely get some hand sweat going. Obviously a little bit in the palm, but having a nice palm, you really still have really good tactile feel, better than really the work gloves, I thought. With like changing mags and stuff like that, seemed to work real well, and being able to have the dexterity to do little tasks like that, manipulation of weapons and stuff. And so just something I went ahead and picked up, and I was like, oh, these are better than I expected. And I see, I guess, why everybody gets them. I think I was making fun of Reb a few years ago when he had a pair of something similar but different. Some people just get mechanics gloves if you're looking to get something. But Reb had up here, I think I gave him a hard time, so I have to apologize that he probably had a pretty good set of gloves there. But definitely something to look into if you've been looking for gloves. These types seem to be fairly durable and have a lot of good benefits with the design. It's not just this isn't designed to be like a, what do you call them, metal knuckles or nothing. It's just a hard piece to give you a little bit of protection, I think, which is a good idea. I've seen people wear these long enough that this all wears out and this thing practically falls out. They wear them so long. But we'll see how the durability is. But I've always got a pair of leather gloves around here working around the area doing the homestead stuff. So these won't go away or nothing, but for strictly tactical purposes, I guess a tactical glove is appropriate as needed. And I just thought I'd have my comments about them if anybody's questioning getting something like that. But also just to remind everybody, have your EDC improved or maintain it, sustain it during these times. Don't neglect the EDC just because food, water, and ammo is all you're thinking about stocking up on. Maintaining that EDC just like we talked about with sunglasses. So I'll leave that be, folks. Something simple, something easy to think about, protecting your hands when you need it for all the different things that you could possibly lay your hands on, grab your hands onto, or anything else. It's good to have, even if you don't go with something like that, having a pair of work gloves. You can get these in 3 packs for like $15. I think these are like $15 for a pair. So there's a price difference. But I've always, like I said, I've used this type for years, and I've always managed to do all right. And they're very durable and protect you the way you want, right? So don't neglect the gloves, folks. Always have a pair in the vehicle on me when I'm working around, and then in the kit ready to go to grab as needed. So just some more reminders out there where everybody's panicking about the end of the world. Keep your everyday stuff up and ready to go. See y'all later, YouTube. Prep hard, live free.